Hello my friends, Kaitlyn here, and it is time for Q&A with KP number 7! Question number 1 comes from Doc Trower, and he wants to know if you were trapped in the body of a famous person from yesteryear for one day, whose body would it be and why? First of all, the idea of being trapped in anyone's body sounds unappealing, so I'm going to reword the question. If I were to live the life of a famous person from the past for one day, who would it be? This is gonna sound super weird, but I would choose Adolf Hitler. So he's pretty much considered one of the most despicable people to have lived in history, right? So basically, I want to live one day in his life to understand why. Like, what allowed him to come to power and to do the awful things that he was able to do? And how can we prevent this in the future? I mean, you could do a lot of research about him and find out a lot of stuff that way, but really, can you know someone until you've lived life in their shoes? No, you can't, so basically it'd have to be Hitler for a day. Question number 2 comes from Matt as the Hatter, and they ask, can you give me some advice for my last year of high school? Whoop whoop, senior year! So my advice for your last year of high school is essentially advice that I needed or advice that I was given but didn't necessarily take. But I realize now that they're actually important things that you should do your last year in high school. First, if you haven't already, make some real connections with people. If you're like me and you've not really had the most fun time in high school, then it's very easy to think, oh, I'll just go to college or get out of high school and I'll meet people there and I don't need these people here. What do you know? But actually, I found that it was pretty useful to make some deeper connections with some people in high school so that when you get out of high school, you still have some people to go back to who understand who you were when you were younger or the area kind of that you grew up in. Those are very special relationships that you should try to cultivate now. Second, apply to colleges and for scholarships, even if you don't think that you're going to go to college or that you couldn't get into college or wouldn't get scholarships. I grew up in a home where it was basically expected of me to go to college, but one of my friends in high school, when we were seniors, I remember having lunch with him one day and him being like, so what do I do about this whole college thing? Am I supposed to be applying to colleges? And it was like January of senior year, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did you miss this? So even if you don't think you'd get in or you don't know what you would study, just go ahead and start researching and then applying for schools, because you never know what is going to come along in the next few months. And third, go to the school things like homecoming and prom and graduations. These are important milestones and you will have fun or amusing or interesting memories from them. Don't skip out on them just because they feel cheesy. I mean, they are kind of cheesy, but you will look back in the future on how cheesy it was and laugh and be able to tell stories, and they're great memories to have. Question number 3 comes from Jake the Snake, and they want to know, will I ever make gaming videos? You know, it's funny, it's like you read my mind, because I have wanted to make gaming videos. Personally, I can't play video games just for fun because I get super obsessed with them, and that's all I will do and all I will think about, and that's not really healthy for me or anyone, and you're definitely not going to be getting YouTube videos if all I'm doing is playing video games. But I think if I did it with the intention of making it for YouTube, then maybe I wouldn't get so super obsessed. It wouldn't be about winning the game, it would just be about making fun content. The kind of idea I have is to just play video games that I really loved as a kid, like Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie or Crash Bandicoot, and then to try some of the newer video games and kind of narrate how awful I probably am at them. But really the only thing that's stopping me is that I really don't know how to make them. I mean, I know how to play video games, but the mechanics of recording the video game and the audio and the video of you and everything and the copyrights, I get a little scared of those things, so I just don't do it. So question for all of you guys who maybe make gaming videos or who watch gaming videos, what are the things that you're supposed to do? What are the parameters? What are the rules? Can you tell me down in the comments? Are there tutorials on YouTube that I can watch? Because that's pretty much how I learn everything these days. And question number 4 comes from Mark Sly, and they want to know, are you still planning on setting up your own website? Because they can be very beneficial to you. Yes, absolutely. That's something I've really been wanting to do, but again, I struggle with the knowing how to do it and the finding the time to do it. Kaitlyn, I think you're trying to do too many things at once. Yes, that is true. That is so true. You know, with the whole Vine shutting down thing, it's really reminded me how you can't just rely on one platform to be your thing. Like, I'm not a YouTuber, I am a content creator. I do happen to put most of my content on YouTube, but I really am looking at how I can branch out from that. It's really a time issue for me at this point. I mean, if YouTube just decided that it was gonna shut down and delete all the videos, I would be hurting. Like, I wouldn't have a way to get in touch with you, you wouldn't have a way to get in touch with me, and it would be really sad and scary. So yeah, I'm basically looking for a way to make myself a brand outside of YouTube, and I think the best way to do that is probably on my own kind of website, and I need to do that. Because I would love for iIMAGINeblank to be my full-time job and for that to be all I did, and I know that I could make so much more and better content, but to do that I'd have to find a way to make a consistent, reliable income and to really grow it faster than what I've been doing for the last 5 years. But what do you guys think? What would you want to see on an iIMAGINeblank website or as a brand as a whole? What other content would you enjoy from me? Because I have lots of ideas, but I don't always follow through with them because I get self-conscious and I think, you know, I'm gonna put all this work into something and no one's really gonna like it and no one's gonna watch it, so then I just don't do it and then I'm sad. But you might be interested in it and I just need to start asking more and you telling me if you are interested in it. So there you go, that is Q&A with KP number 7. Remember, if you want to have a question featured, to send it down in the Google link. Send it to me. Send it to me in the Google link at the top of the description bar. My hair's doing crazy things today. Plus, remember to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if this video made you smile. See you guys on Thursday.